Hello. We will be rating my favorite anime from when I was little. Every anime 2010 and before. My opinion, not yours. Alright, let's start. Okay, Gare Zero. I'm gonna talk about Gare Zero for a second. This show is so good. Like, no one ever talks about it. It's older. It's really good. The art style is like kind of like normal, I guess. So like you can honestly tell like it's a pre-2000 show, like 2010 show, but like it's actually good, and the animation's actually really good. The sister kind of goes crazy. I like it a lot. It's a hidden treasure. I don't think it's perfect because I don't rewatch it. It's not a show that I rewatch, but I think it's pretty good. Okay, Michiko and Hachin. I have a story with this one. I met the English dub voice actors at a convention, and I have one of my posters of this show is actually signed by them. It has like a special place in my heart. However, I think it's really cool how it's set in, I think, Brazil, and it's just different. It's just like gang stuff, and the animation's actually really good. This one, again, I think is a hidden treasure. Okay, next one is, I think, Junjo Romantica. I get Junjo Romantica and the other one of like a similar series mixed up. I think it's pretty good. It's like one of the first memorable ones of the early 2000s that was sort of popularized. That is like strictly BL and not like BL's a side story. It's like, this is like the main story. Okay, Takamibachi, or Letter B is the title. Shonen Jump manga, really good, solid animation, the voice acting is really good, the story, the visuals, like everything. I think this show is so good. I would rate it a really high score. So I'm gonna put in my first perfect. Next is Bakuman. 2 people writing a manga. I thought it was interesting seeing everyone be able to like seeing how manga is written and the process behind it. Yeah, I thought it was really good. So, hidden treasure. Okay, Kurokami. I actually own the entire manga for this. I really like the story. The anime, however, it's not as like the manga has like so much more visual details in each character than the anime does. But I think the story overall is the same, but there's just like a couple parts that they changed. But I think it's really good, and no, again, it's another show that like no one talks about. It's really good. It's about like instead of having like a doppelganger, like someone, like one person that looks like you, there's 3, and then there's a power dichotomy in that. Whereas if I see a person who's my doppelganger, I die. If they are they have more luck than me or more karma than me, so I'm at like a 25% karma, they're at like a 50%, then the other person is at a 25 as well. If I see the person with the 50, I die, and then they gain my 25%, so they get 75%, so they're just like gonna be the true person out of the 3 of us. But it's a really interesting story, and like how that plays out. And Truck-kun has an appearance as well. Okay, Magical Doremi. Childhood show. It's really good. Like, this is so cute. I think this one's pretty perfect for a children's show. Next is probably the best anime, you know, perfect Cory in the House. Yeah. Okay, Elephant Lead. It's too much gore for me. I think I couldn't watch past like the first couple episodes because like heads were just popping off. Like, that's it. I don't know. I'm just gonna put under why. Just a lot of gore. Okay, Death Note. Okay, Death Note. Iconic, classic. The ending, I think, bumps it down a tier. Okay, Dance in the Vampire Band. I actually thought it was really good. The only problem that I have with it is that like it's lolly bait, in that she looks really young and she gets undressed sometimes. We're gonna put it there just because it's lolly bait. Toradora. I love Toradora. Just classic romance. I love the color dichotomy of like orange and blue, and I love how they are just so, they just fit together so well, you know? I don't know if it's perfect. It's not really a hidden treasure either, but that's kind of like my, I should have made another row. Angel Beats. I literally have the album from Girls Like Monster. Great singer, great story. This part, this is so funny. They do it like 30 times in this episode. It was like too ironic. It was like too like, oh yeah, okay, we meet up in the in real life, in the living world. Like we perfectly time the, like you're standing still and I'm walking past you and you recognize me. Okay, Doremi. Doremi is so good. I watched both seasons and I just love each character. I think it's so funny when the boys fight and how Salty, I think her name's Salty, or she just it's just the entire like subplot is where's my head. Okay, Ouran High School Host Club. I feel like I'm gonna get canceled if I don't read it perfect, but that going said, I really liked the story when I was younger, and it's just surprising to see how many people talking about it now, because it's getting a remake. But like the story is so iconic in people, and especially like the opening and ending. The opening song in both English and in Japanese, like everyone knows like the lyrics to it. So I think it's really a really good show. I love the story. I think it's funny. It's good like rom-com. Okay, Princess Tutu. First of all, I'm gonna put it here and then explain. This show is so good. I really enjoyed how it has like dance, and because at the time when I watched it, I was in ballet. Like I did ballet for a long time, so I was like, oh my gosh, that's me, right? And then I just when she's a duck, she's just so cute. And the story, and like it was the first story to like romance story to not end the way you wanted it to. Like you would always think that like they would be together, and then it doesn't happen. It's just like, what? Yeah, I got so mad while watching it. So I was like, what do you mean? They're on their front cover, right? And it's just, you know, you have to make sacrifices for the ones that you love. Okay, Black Butler. I actually own plushies of CL and I own plushies of both of them. So, but the thing is, I wasn't obsessed with the show. Like, there were so many people when I was younger that were obsessed. Like, would be like, oh my god, I wish I was CL, or like something. Or they'll always bring up like, oh, the corset scene, right. Like, taking away all of the fan service, I think honestly the show is okay. I don't think it's like that good of a show. I think it's okay. Okay, Lucky Star is perfect. If they were to remake any show right now, it'd be Lucky Star, and make it like more revamped, jokes that make sense for the century. Like, I think it's really good. And it's just so funny. And the first episode is so iconic. Okay, Rosa Maiden. Rosa Maiden, I love Rosa Maiden. Mind you, I'm afraid of dolls, like in real life. Like, I hate dolls. Like, I had an American Girl doll when I was little, and I would always like turn it around and like not face it towards me because it's just creepy. But I think I really like Rosa Maiden. The story was really good. It was action-packed and stuff. And it's just, the dolls are so cute, and it makes you cry at the end. Okay, Hitman Reborn. I watched every single episode of the show. And I feel like Hitman Reborn is like in the top 10 of like best shonen Jump manga. However, it's like overshadowed by like One Piece, Bleach, and Naruto. But it's really good. The only thing is, You gotta get past the first like 50 episodes for you to get some like real action in there. Okay, Chobits. I really like Chobits. However, it gave me some like weird vibes when I watched it, because it's just like, ugh, this feels wrong for you, like you to be in love with this robot, you know, and like teach her how to live like a human. Okay, the original Fruits Basket. Before, it still had a really good story. But yeah, I was so upset when I first watched this show, because I was like, Kyo is so annoying. I don't like him because he's so loud, and he's like, I don't like those kind of people, you know? And I was like, Yuki is perfect. He's perfect, man. And then I wanted Toru to like be with the Yuki instead. Now looking at it versus the new one, why they look like that? He's still beautiful in this one. Oh, but okay, anyways. Okay, Nana. Okay, it's gonna be perfect. Nana is so great. I think a lot of people don't watch Nana because of the art style. Like big forehead, but both Nanas like play off of each other so well, and I just okay. Next is Vampire Knight. Now a lot of people will give me crap for this, but I love Vampire Knight because it was a really good show until it turned Sweet Home Alabama. But I just, you know, we all just wanted her to end up with Zero. Like he's, oof. Yes. And when he's like, yes. This show is so good. It's just, you know, the ending is a little yikes. Air TV. Her eyes? Their eyes? What? Okay. I don't like the show. Mirai Nikki. I just didn't really like it. I just thought it got stale and she's annoying. Italia, you're weird. This is literally the definition of a hidden gem. If you were not into Vocaloid, you do not know this show. Full Moon? Full Moon, perfect. Loveless, you're weird. Period. Like Hatalia people? Annoying. Like if you liked Hatalia in like 2010 through 2015, you're annoying. All the time. That's all you talk about. Hatalia, you know? And then the people that like Loveless are weird too, because that's a child. That's a child. We don't do that here. Kaleidostar. Mermaid Melody is another big-eyed, wide, big forehead anime. But the singing is so good. The story is good. I recently rewatched it. Next is Shugochara. Perfect. I have many posters of Shugochara. One of my dream cosplays is like to be Hinamori Yamu in one of her versions. She's just so badass. I love her. Okay, Romeo and Juliet. Hidden treasure. No, I swear, if you watch romance, you have not seen this either. This show is so good. I even have the manga for this. It's just a play on Shakespeare Romeo and Juliet, but they make it more like fantasy world-esque. Here's my list. Cancel me in your brain if you want. Thank you everyone for watching. If you have any recommendations, let me know. Bye.